People seem to be up in arms at the moment about the change to off the record that was announced yesterday, but I disagree. And so I'm going to break my one video every 2 days rule to throw my worthless opinion into the mix. For those of you that don't know, from the mid-chapter update that's coming at some point next month, the perk will grant you the endurance status effect for 80 seconds after being unhooked or unhooking yourself. Hocking. I just said hocking. Shout out to my Twitch watchers. It's disabled if you perform a conspicuous action. That is, repairing a generator, healing yourself or other survivors, cleansing or blessing a totem, sabotaging a hook, unhooking other survivors, or opening an exit gate. Endurance allows you to take a hit without going down a health state. In most cases, it then applies deep wound, which requires you to mend or risk going down if you remain stationary for more than 20 seconds. In the instance of Metal of Man, which also applies endurance after taking 3 protection hits, it doesn't apply deep wound. The default for endurance perks seems to be to then apply deep wound, but we don't have any confirmation that this is what will happen with the new off the record. I think that it would be safe to assume that it does, but it isn't specified, so we'll need to wait for the actual update to drop for confirmation on that. So, people are saying that this is OP because it makes you invulnerable for 80 seconds, allowing you to mess around and then tank a hit from the killer later down the line, or alternatively supplies a great window to body block and force the killer to M1 rather than chase their current prey. While these are both true, I think we need to refer once again to an old adage of mine that I've previously used to discuss self-care. DBD is all about timing. Yeah, 80 seconds of invulnerability, that is strong. But if you're going to be trying to utilize it, then you're wasting 80 seconds of time that could be spent doing something else, like, for example, 88% of a generator. Personally, as a killer, I'd much prefer survivors waste their time trying to get a body block in than completed almost an entire generator, 1/5 of their objective. If they don't utilize that time fully, who cares? They may as well have any other perk in that slot. If I hit them and it does give them deep wound, then that's also time that they have to waste mending rather than, again, completing work on a generator. Your primary objective as a killer is twofold. You need to hook survivors while slowing down the rate at which they're able to complete generators. This is done by being effective at chases and limiting the time that survivors spend with them as your target. If you can keep 2 survivors, or maybe even 3 or 4 survivors busy in a single chase as they're trying to body block, that's just double value or triple value or quadruple value. And it's exactly what's going to be happening with survivors who think that off the record is OP and want to get full value from it. Just M1 them, guys. They're wasting their own time. It's a good thing for you. I think that off the record is honestly going to be like a new self-care in terms of displaying how much game knowledge a survivor has. If they take it and think they're doing good by trying to body block for 80 seconds, then that's a clear sign that they're fairly new to the game, just like self-caring at the corner of the map is. I don't know. That's just my take on it. There seems to be a fair amount of hysteria over a lot of these perk changes without people really thinking deeply about why the game is designed in the way that it is. I guess it's easier to press send tweet than actually think these things through. Off the record is a cause for concern. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as OP as other people think it is, but it might be. I might be wrong on this, but my instinct is that it's going to be okay. If they were to bring in a new perk today that regressed generators at 200% speed when not being worked on, I really do wonder what the community backlash would be like. And yet, because it's already in the game, people are upset that Ruin is getting nerfed to be a bit more reasonable. Anyway, that's my take on this stuff. As always, a big thank you to my patrons: Joelbrook182, Kurt Gardner, Sylvan, Think Sometimes, AVR Razor, Colkhead, Channel Manager, Chipstar878, and Godfather Dumbledore. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.